Grab your green loop band, coming over to the wall with your foam roller, bringing the loop band around your wrists and coming into your figure four. I'll turn and face you just to show you your figure four. Start with your dominant or tighter leg crossing over your non-dominant, not as tight leg. Point the toes. The forearms will go on to the foam roller, pushing down into the foam roller and then pulling out on that band like you're trying to split it in half, engaging your shoulder stabilizers. Let your inner thighs pull you back, low abs engaged. Let's go ahead and get into that position, holding it here. If at any time you feel knee pain, make sure your abs are in, make sure your inner thighs are pulling back on each exhale, your glutes, your butt muscles are squeezing. Watch out for the dropping of the chin. Keep the chin up. Gaze is always higher than eye level to keep the back of the neck safe. Plug the shoulders down, pull the low belly in towards the spine like you have the tightest pair of jeans on, and you don't want anything hanging out over top of them. So keep breathing here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. We inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more breath here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, switching sides, setting up on the other side. Remember, you don't have to stay in the pose the whole time. You can come in and out of it as needed, but we want to get deep into those posturally tight hips from this standing position, pushing the forearms down into the roller, pulling out on them, bracing your abs, sitting back by using the inner thigh strength to pull you back. Pull the low belly in towards the spine. Find a neutral pelvis. So try to not round your low back here. Tip your pelvis back, creating what looks like cow position. Brace your abs here. Inhale. Low belly is firm, and we exhale. Good. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Two more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last breath here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set the roller and the green loop band to the side. Picking up our purple loop band, taking it around our upper arms all the way above our elbows. So make it sure that it's right above the elbows. And then you're going to find your way onto all fours, hands and knees. Wrists should be under your shoulders, knees under the hips. Tops of the feet and shins are down on the floor, low belly's in. You're pushing down into the hands and pulling out like you're trying to split the mat in half or pull that band in half. Brace your abs, give me cow pose, inhaling and exhaling to neutral. So I don't want you going into angry cat because flexion isn't advised when you have osteoporosis, so we want to avoid rounding of the low back. So neutral pelvis is somewhere between rounding the low back and arching it. Extension should feel nice, arching, cow pose, inhale. Exhale to neutral pelvis, somewhere between rounding and arching that lower back. Again, inhale, arch. Exhale, neutral. Two more. Inhale, arch. And exhale, neutral. Stepping your feet back into a plank position. You can always opt for the knees down with the shins lifted and toes pointed, or you can have those feet hip distance apart in your plank position. Inhale, prepare, feeling long as a board, energy from the heels all the way through the crown of the head, low belly firm. Exhale to tap the knees down, 2, 3. Inhale to pick them up, 2, 3. Exhale, tap them down, 2, 3. Inhale, pick them up, 2, 3. Keep going with this. If you need to come back into your cow pose and hold, you can go into that cow and that neutral position, playing around with that. Try to stay with it. If you're still in that plank, imagine hands hovering from your shoulder blades. Puff the upper back up towards those hands. Engage your shoulder blade anchor. One more breath. Excellent. From here, we'll set the purple loop band to the side. We'll grab our small anti-burst ball and our 3-pound weight. Coming to a seated position with our knees bent, ball between the inner thighs. Your feet can be dorsiflexed here, holding the weight on the chest, and I'll turn and face you so you see how the weight's held. And then I'm going to turn profile to you so you see what's happening in my spine. I'm going to try to avoid rounding my low back. I'm going to tip my pelvis back as much as I can. And then I'm going to exhale, hinging halfway back. Once I'm back, I'm going to inhale and take the weight all the way overhead. And exhale, bring it back to the chest. Inhale it overhead. Exhale it back to the chest. And inhale back up. Let's just do one at the bottom because it's pretty strenuous. And I want you to have that reset where you can check that you're not rounding your low back. Now, if you're not able to hinge back without rounding your low back, I'd advise you to keep the weight on your chest and just keep practicing hinging back. Because if you're rounding, that's going to put pressure on your vertebrae. And with osteoporosis, we do not want that. So tip your pelvis back, make sure it's neutral. If you're maintaining a perfectly neutral pelvis with the abs in, then you can lift those arms overhead at the bottom. Make sure you're working correctly and safely. This is very important for your safety. So I'm going to cue it as if you can lift it overhead. If you cannot lift it overhead, keep it on the chest. So let's come to the top. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, we hinge back. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, the pelvis grounds down as the weight lifts overhead. Exhale, the weight lowers back to the chest. Inhale, pelvis grounds down and tips back as we come back up to a seated position. Again, exhale, we hinge back. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, the weight floats overhead. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, the weight lowers back to the chest. Inhale, pelvis grounds down, neutral pelvis. And we come all the way back up to our seated position. From here, let's grab that purple loop band again, setting the ball and our weight to the side, coming into a forearm plank now. So same as the plank, but now we're down on our forearms. Still pushing the forearms into the mat and trying to pull out like you're going to split that mat in half, pulling out on that band. Puff the upper back up. Imagine hands hovering from the shoulder blades. Keep puffing the back towards those hands. Firm the belly like you have a tight pair of jeans on and you don't want your belly to hang over. Reach long through your legs. Now exhale to tap the knees down. 2, 3. Inhale, pick them up. 2, 3. Exhale, tap them down. 2, 3. Inhale, pick them up. Keep going with this. If at any point in time you need a break, you climb up onto all fours. I'll demo. Keep going if you can. Arching the back in cow pose, inhaling, neutralizing it, exhaling. Moving into that articulation of the spine, modified for your osteoporosis to keep you safe. Extension and neutral. I'm going to come back to the plank to join you. We just have 20 seconds. Stay with it or go into cat and our cow/neutral pelvis variation. Breathe here. Deep inhales. Check in with your breath. Check in with your abs. Are you inhaling laterally like an opera singer into the side body? Puff those back ribs and shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. All right, from here, we're going to come back to our seated position. Tap those knees down. Let's set that purple band to the side. We'll actually need the purple loop band, and we're going to thread the blue Theraband through it. We'll come to our seated position with our legs together this time. No small anti-burst ball. We're going to put, I'll face you so you can see, we'll put the purple loop band around the feet, capturing it, wrapping the ends of the blue Theraband around our knuckles with the thumbs on the outside. I'm going to turn now profile to you so that you can see what's happening in my back. So my arms are just going to both row in, same thing on each side. I'm going to sit up tall, neutral pelvis, inhale, preparing, exhale, hinging back. At the bottom, I'm going to do 3 rows, engaging my back, keeping my shoulders plugged down. And then I'm going to inhale, grounding my pelvis down and neutralizing it with the low belly firm, lower pelvic floor muscles lifting in and up to come back up to a seated position. Let's work together here. Exhale to hinge back. 2, 3. Inhale, 3 rows. 2, 3. Exhale, stay down, lifting up through the pelvic floor. Inhale, back up to a tall spine. So all it is. Exhale, let the inner thighs pull you back. Inhale, make sure your pelvis is neutral. Exhale, give me those rows. 2, 3. Inhale, back up to a tall spine. Yes, so let's have an inhale at the bottom where we check our pelvis before we exhale and do those rows. Okay, so sitting up tall, inhale. Exhale, inner thighs pull us back. Inhale, pause. Check your pelvic position that your abs are in. Give me those 3 rows on your exhale. Inhale, back up to your tall seated position. 2 more sets. Exhale, hinging back. 2, 3. Inhale, pelvis neutral. 2, 3. Exhale, row. 2, 3. Inhale, back upright. 2, 3. Exhale, hinging back, 2, 3. Inhale, pause, check your pelvis. Exhale, row, 2, 3. Inhale, back up to your tall spine. Great job.